Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of CMTT, Changing Minds Through Technology, and I'm your host, Sir Richards. So for today's episode, we'll be looking at rules of a computer lab. So as you know, a computer lab is an important as well as delicate environment. So there must be some rules and guidelines that governs such a place. As we know, computer helps to make our lives easier on a daily basis. So we must take very good care of them. Alright? So we'll go through a set of rules that governs just about any computer lab that you would visit on a daily basis. Alright. So the first rule, unauthorized access. Please do not enter a computer lab without permission. Always wait for someone to give you instructions on when to enter the lab and how. Alright. So don't just go and enter a computer lab, do as you feel like and then leave. No. Ensure that you are given permission to enter the lab and use lab equipment. Alright. The second rule, be considerate of other lab users. You're not the only one who will be using the lab. So be considerate of your environment. If you're listening to music, no one needs to hear. Use a headphone. Alright. That way you are the only one hearing your music. If you need to say something to someone, please, you can whisper it. No one who is sitting at the other side of the room can or should hear your conversation. That is very disruptive. Alright? Scan all removable devices before using them. There is something called virus. Alright? We all know about virus. Virus is very dangerous and harmful to our computers. Virus can be used to destroy our operating system. It can even be used to capture our information. So if we put a removable device in our computer without scanning it, and there's a virus that is able to capture your login information, then whoever creates this virus can get your login information and do harmful things with it. So please, whenever you plug a removable device in a computer, for example, your flash drive, always scan it before you use it to remove all malicious and viruses. Alright? Report all problems related to the system to the teacher. If you are using a computer and you see something that is not of the norm, you have never seen this before, or you have seen it, you have had an encounter with it, please don't use your expertise. Report it to the teacher. Have the teacher take care of it. Alright? Don't try to fix it yourself. Be responsible when using equipment, software, and facilities in the lab. Whatever you're using, if you're using a computer, if you're using the printer, the keyboard, the mouse, please treat it like it's yours. Take good care of it. Alright? Yes, you're using it and you are through. Don't just treat it as, okay, you're through with it now, what? You don't need it anymore. Someone else needs it to do something very important. So treat it like it's yours. Take very good care of it. Do not remove any equipment from its original position. Alright, when you go into the computer lab, yes, you will move the chair to sit and get comfortable, but don't move or remove any equipment as they are placed in specific order based on whatever network it is set up on. Alright, so don't just move it and say you can move it because it's movable. Yes, it is movable, but don't just move it without permission, as you can cause some problem within in the network, or you can cause dysfunctionality with the computer. The next thing, do not remove or load any software into the computer. Yes, you are using the computer in the computer lab and you want to play a game. Don't just load your game application and start playing. No, game application always come with other external softwares, other external applications that can harm the computer. So don't use the lab computers for your personal use. Alright? Next thing, do not change the settings in the computer. Yes, you can adjust the screen brightness to fit your eyes, or if you have trouble with any things on the computer, you can adjust it, but don't just go ahead and change the theme, just change the background to something that suits you. No, it's not your personal computer. All right. This is computer used by general public. Let the settings remain general. Save all work in external storage device and not on the computer. Alright, so you're typing up something in Microsoft Word, you're creating a database document, or you're creating a Microsoft Excel sheet. When you're finished, or before you're finished, please go to File, go to Save As the appropriate name, and select the external device for storage, please. Most computers in the computer lab, they don't tolerate you saving things to the computer directly, because if you save something to the computer directly, when the computer is turned off, then all that will be gone. It will be deleted. So it is advised that you save your work to your external device so you can have it for permanent or long-term storage. All right. Do not bring in bags, food, and drink into the computer lab. All right. So yes, if you have to take your food, your drink in, please leave it at the front of the computer lab where it is appropriate. All right. Don't take your food and drinks to the computer area, because if you spill your drink on the computer keyboard or it goes inside of the system unit, this can cause damage to the computer. And we don't want to damage these equipment as they are very important. Turn off the computer accordingly after use. Please, when you're finished using a computer, use the appropriate steps to turn off the computer. Don't just force shut down, all right? This can cause damage to the computer also. Switch off all power supplies before leaving the lab. So when you're through using your computer for the day, you shut down your computer properly. You will turn off all power supplies, or if there's a main breaker, given instructions, you can turn it off. But you must shut down all computer properly and then switch off all power supplies. Internet facility is strictly for educational purpose only. When you're in the computer lab, be considerate of your surrounding. Be considerate of other persons using the computer. If you're using the internet, please use it for appropriate research activities. Don't use it for your personal use, because the history will be there and the persons may go on and see what you were viewing. All right, so please don't use these computers for your personal use. Use it for general purpose and research. All right. Respect the equipment. Don't damage, remove, or disconnect any labels, parts, cables, or equipment. All right, you're there and you want to disconnect the mouse, you want to disconnect the keyboard, you want to disconnect the monitor just for experimental purpose. Please don't do these things. All right. You may think you're doing something fun or funny, or you want to experiment. No, save that for your personal use when you're home. The next thing, the lab should be kept clean at all times. Please, if you're using a leaf or more than one leaves to write something and one of them fall on the ground, take it up immediately. Don't leave it. If you have something that was in your pocket and it fell and you think it is disposable, take it up and go and throw it away. Don't leave it for somebody else to clean up behind you. Keep the lab clean and tidy at all times. All right. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. See you again next time. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.